armpits. I know they need to be shaven, and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed about nothing. Don't be embarrassed about nothing. Like, don't be embarrassed about nothing. Like, don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. For what?
Are you still down? Yeah, are you still down?
We're back with the makeup, and I'm sorry that I didn't record the process because it was like, you're gonna come with your makeup done and not record it. Kind of, yes, okay, kind of. I did this new thing with my lips, and I really want to know how y'all feel about it. How you feel about these lip combos? Is it focusing now? Can you see me? Okay. As long as you can see me, because if you can't see me, if you can't see what's going on, it's like, okay. So I did a little bit of brown, and I put a little a pink on there, and then I did the little clear gloss on top. How y'all feel about it? Listen, we all make mistakes. I'm human, baby. And so are you, okay? But I really wanted to talk to you guys and come on camera because of the fact that it's been a while since we've spoken. It's been a while since I really spoken to anyone. Sorry. You know, sometimes you just gotta work on yourself, and sometimes that means sacrificing friendships, sacrificing partnerships, sacrificing relationships. Ooh, that's a tough one, right? That's a tough thing for you to hear. That's a tough thing for us to hear all the time, because we want to just continue to feed ourselves with instant gratifications and to be gratified by that, because of the fact that, yeah, it's easy to feel better. It's easy to feel better when you're feeling great, when you're looking great. It's very easy to just snap and feel better. But what about the days where you're not all dressed up? What about the days when you're not all feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm the best thing in the entire world, I'm the best person in the entire world? What do you do then? How do you pivot? How do you restructure in a way where it's gonna cause you to feel like, okay, even though I don't look like a supermodel today and I'm not supermodeled up, or whatever it is, whatever you do to feel good, if you don't have access to that, then what do you do? That's the part that I want to definitely touch on, and I definitely want to talk about, because if we don't talk about it, then it's like, who's gonna talk about it? My face is so much in the camera. I'm giving y'all so much face right now and not enough body. I'm so sorry that my face is like so close. I'm trying to like align it so you guys can still see me. Yeah, but no, seriously, what, I'm just wearing a regular black top, but the skirt is cute though. Okay, I'm getting distracted, but I'm gonna show you guys the skirt since you asked so nicely. Okay, in all seriousness though, can I make the camera straight? Is it straight? This is why I don't like when I move the angle, because then I mess up the angle and then the angle's not the same. Okay, I think the angle's the same. But seriously, what about when we aren't feeling our best? See me trying to go from serious to not serious. Girl, it's called transition. I have to inhale and exhale. That's what you do. That's what you do when you're trying to transition. That's what you do when you're trying to face the fact that, okay, well, I have to do this, but I'm not feeling like the person that I need to feel like, or getting that feeling that I need to do what it is that I need to do. You need to take a deep breath, and that's the first thing. And the second thing that you need to do is definitely put your thoughts on paper. It's the best thing for you to do. It's the best thing for you to do. Like today I said, okay, I'm gonna make content and I'm gonna edit the videos I already have that I haven't edited yet to be posted. And I'm also going to sit there and do my homework, do my studies for school. And all of that was accomplished. But the last thing I told myself, I said, if I do all these things, I'm gonna end up treating myself to dinner or something very special that I can do for me. Personally, I didn't do that today because it's already 8 o'clock and I'm not going to a bar by myself just to be sexualized. No. No. I mean, if I was in, like, Cali, if I was in Miami, I mean, by all due respect, I wouldn't care. But in New York, I do care when it gets a little bit late, especially when I'm not going with someone else and when it's just me. Girl, I'm not trying to do that, but it's all about you. It's all about treating you, helping you, and just definitely creating that sense of I accomplished everything I needed to accomplish today. So now that I accomplished everything that I need to accomplish, then I'm gonna go ahead and treat myself. So do the hard things first and then you do your easier things. A very wise person once told me that consistency is what you get when the motivation wanes. Consistency is what you get when, oh my gosh, you're so motivated, you're so much pumped up, and it's like, great, fantastic. But then it dies down, right? It's just like everything else that dies down, right? It completely dies down. And you're laying in the bed and you're saying to yourself, I can't do this anymore because I don't feel the same way I felt when I first started. Okay. You don't feel the same way you felt when you first started. That's perfectly fine. It is a part of life for you to change the way that you feel. It is a part of life for you to feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I failed, but maybe there's something new that's brewing on the deeper end that's kind of saying, okay, let me take a step back and figure this out. Let me take a step back and try to see, like, oh, maybe I can, actually make an impact. Maybe I can actually create something that is, tangible and for me. Something that I can just do that's gonna be for me. So it's really up to your thought process first and foremost. You want to think about what you're gonna think about while you're doing this thing. What kind of thoughts do you get? How does it make you feel when you're doing what you want to do that's gonna cultivate that feeling, that rush, that dopamine, that serotonin, that happy energy? How are you gonna cultivate the happy energy? How are you going to create the happiness in whatever it is what you want to, whatever, if you want to create something, right? Like I said to myself, okay, I want to create, I want to be very consistent with this thing, and I really, really want to put it on paper and do it, and I want to create it, but where are the fruits of that want? If you don't produce something from what it is that you really want, from what it is that you really actually feel like, I need this, right? If you're not actually producing something, that personally means that, I'm sorry, you didn't really want to do it. You didn't really want to. You don't really want to do it. You're distracted by all the background noise. You're listening to what's in the background instead of listening to me. You didn't really want to do it. It's okay. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine to not want to do something. That's perfectly fine to change courses and switch gears. But you really have to know that, okay, I'm going to find this thing and I'm going to stick to it. Through and through. Thick and thin, sweetie. Thick and thin. Thick and thin. No matter how hard it gets. No matter how embarrassed you may feel. You stick it through. Why? Because it's a love for you. You love doing it. when you love doing something, you're gonna stick it through. When you love doing something, you're gonna stick it out. It's like paper to glue and glue to paper. It's always gonna be stuck. So it's up and it's stuck with that. So I definitely wanted to talk to you guys about that. I definitely wanted to, you know, just have a time moment and talk about, you know, even the hard things, even the things it's like, damn, I want to go to college, I want to graduate, but I'm gonna have to pay for it after. Yeah, you are. And then when you do, you know, it really will all be worth it, you know. So it's really up to how you personally feel. It's really up to if you feel like, oh my gosh, I can fail, and that's okay if I fail. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like that persistence, if you have a type of persistence that's like that, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, let me tell you how big your success is gonna be. Like, I'm not a person that's gonna be like, oh, I know all the answers to this, you know, I know everything about this, so I'm not gonna try my best to do what I can do. No, 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 no. You always have to learn and, you know, kind of sear your way through. Yes, I said sear, like a pan, like a sear pan, you know, food relation. You kind of just can't say, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then there's no work behind it, and then you're just not really doing what you said. But I mentioned that already. I mentioned that. I don't know, that in itself just kind of upsets me a little bit. That in itself just kind of upsets me. But I really you know, want everybody that watches my videos to feel like, okay, well, she's telling me I can do this. I know that I have it in me. I know that I have the ability to say, okay, I'm gonna do this now, so I'm gonna do this now. Like, what else is stopping you from accomplishing your personal dreams and your personal desire? Like, we spoke about we spoke about self-love. Okay, we spoke about literally self-actualizing and feeling like we're the best thing in the world. We spoke about getting too comfortable. We spoke about you know, how to manifest our glory, right? There's so many different things that I've talked about, and I just feel like, I don't know, maybe you guys are hearing me, maybe you guys do see me and you're like, oh my gosh, like she's actually saying something that is adding value to my life and I'm learning from her. Because I don't want people to make the same mistakes that, you know, I may have made in the past. Like, you know, get past it. Get past that stage. So you don't have to go through it. And you know, we all go through it. We go through it in our relationships, we go through it in our friendships, we go through it with family. And it's just like, people are gonna say like, oh my gosh, what you're doing is this and what you're doing is that. And yes, in some cases, to some people, you'll just never be enough. Like, it'll never be enough for them. But it's always in every single way about you. You're the pinky, and God is most important. But it's always about those two. It's always about you and God's plan that God has for you in your life. So just a quick reminder. My armpits, I know they need to be shaven, and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed about nothing. Don't be embarrassed about nothing. Like, don't be embarrassed about nothing. Like, don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed. For what? For what are you embarrassed for? Making mistakes. Trying your hardest. Are you embarrassed for experimenting? Are you embarrassed for learning while living? Is that an embarrassment? Or is that just how life works? Like, I want to really ask you guys some questions. Like, this is not something you have to answer right now, but you can like think about it and then, you know, answer it later whenever you're done watching this video, when you're done subscribing and turning on your post notifications, and when you're done commenting about anything you want to comment about. Have a discussion about it in the comments. I would be happy to talk. for such a long time, and sometimes it's like I don't even know what to talk about, but then it just comes to me that people are going through things, and maybe sometimes I've went through those things, maybe sometimes I have not went through those things, and I'm still learning, I'm still getting to the gist and the groove of things that other people have went through. Maybe I may not have went through the same thing that you went through, but maybe I'm able to actually give you some type of insight on how you can find a positive situation out of it. That's it. How can you find a positive situation out of what you're going through today, out of what you're going through right now, out of what's happening to you? How can you find the positive? That's what life is all about. You know, you find the positive side of things. You don't really fake it till you make it. You just make it till you make it, and then you make a legacy. And then after that, you be the best version of you. Anything that has to do with any of those things, it's a one-stop shop, sweetie. No, but like, I'm not the know-it-all. You know, it's really God, and through him, like, I'm able to kind of say, hey, I'm here for you in terms of self-development, growth, and prosperity. But I thank you guys for watching, as always. Thank you for 410. We almost at 420. That it really is a big thing for me, because I've been doing YouTube for a year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really about the message and who hears it, and actually learn something from the words that is coming out of my mouth. Like, you know, that's what it's really for. That's what it's always been for. So I'm thankful, guys. Thank you so much. Now, I have no absolute idea who I'm gonna give this wig to, but either way, someone's gonna get a free wig, and then someone else is gonna get a free wig, and then someone else is gonna get a free wig. You get a wig, you get a wig, you get a wig, you get a wig. Because it's, if anybody, why not just be like Oprah? You get a wig, you get a wig, you get a wig, you get a wig, you get a wig. Like, honestly, truly, it's all love.